Configuration files can be scoped to a specific environment by providing different configuration sources, for which part of the name is the name of the environment. We're looking at ASP.NET Core source code again. The line I skipped upon in the previous demo does exactly that. A JSON app settings file for each environment is added as a potential source of configuration. The order in which configuration sources are specified is important, as this establishes the precedence with which settings will be applied if they exist in multiple locations. So, if the same setting exists in both appsettings.json and in the appsettings.yourenvironmentname.json, so appsettings.development.json, appsettings.production.json, and so on, then the last configuration source that is specified wins. What we want to do in this demo is use different configuration values for our production environment. So the first thing we want to do is add an app settings file for the production environment. So we right-click our project and we choose to add a new item. When we search for settings, we find an app settings file and we name it appsettings.production.json. It contains some default information, we don't need that. Instead, we add one value for the mail-to address. What we want to achieve with this is that when we're in a production environment, the mail-to address will be set to admin@mycompany.com. By the way, as you notice in the IDE, appsettings.production.json is automatically displayed in a hierarchy together with appsettings.development.json and appsettings.json. We do need to make one more change. In the app settings file, we change the default mail-to address to developer@mycompany.com. Like this, that will be the mail-to address for every environment except for the production environment. Let's save this and let's give that a try. We didn't change our environment, so we're running in the development environment. Let's send the request to delete a point of interest. And we see that the mail-to address is developer@mycompany.com. Now let's switch to a production environment. For that, we open the project properties, and on the debug tab, we open the debug launch profiles UI. And here we set the ASP.NET Core environment to production. All right, let's give that another try. Let's send that same request. And if you look at the console window now, we see that the mail was sent to admin@mycompany.com. So, by combining working with different environment scope configuration files, and compiler directives for registration at container level, we get a really granular approach to all of this and almost all possible options you might need. Before we continue, let's switch back to a development environment. And there we go. That's it for this module. Entity Framework Core is coming up, but let's have a look at the summary first.